This is Karen with the Kine Garden Stuff and the VermiBag Minimist with Louisiana Swamp Worms in it. Well, let's see how they've done this past week. Okay. As you can see, I'm trying to build up the level here. The worms have done quite well at reproducing, and let's see. So my job, they're doing their job, and I'm doing my job, I guess. I just want to see. I put in a lot of citrus last time, namely lemons, lemon peels. I do see a lot of gnats walking around. I think they're gnats, or they might be beetles. Oh, they're beetles. Walking on the top here. And here's worms underneath. And amidst the food. Just going to town. There's a larva right there. So, looks like they have still plenty of food. I really don't need to feed them today. I don't want to overfeed. So, we'll let this go for another week. Let's see. Nothing in here. One thing I do want to do is just throw on a handful of bedding. Pellet bedding is what it's called. And then I'll go from there. So, not much going on this week for these guys. Let me get the pellet bedding. I'm just going to lay that on top so they can and that's all I'm going to do for them this week. The pellet bedding will expand. It does contain some zeolite, which is good for the soil as well as the worms. I believe this particular bedding is made from pine shavings, so we'll go from there, and we'll check on them again next week. The moisture is very good in here. I don't need to put any bubble wrap on the top, and that's about it. Like I said, I'm trying to build up the worm population. I believe I started with maybe only 100. The bag is filled maybe about halfway, so hopefully there'll be another worm explosion, and we'll go from here. And thank you for coming on this journey with me. Hi, this is Karen with the Kine Garden Stuff. Checking up on my VermiBag Minimist that contains Louisiana Swamp Worms. Alright, let's check on them. Zip it here. Huh. Okay, this is interesting. Well, I think all I did last week was just put some pellet bedding on the top because their food and moisture seem to be okay, and it still does. I see worms. Worms. Looking really good. You can see a little baby on my thumb here. Okay. I like the moisture down below. It's not too wet. Okay. So it looks like all that's left are avocado skins. Everywhere you look, avocado skins. And the random banana skin with a little bit of citrus. Let's mix it up here a little bit so the pellet bedding gets incorporated in. There's the avocado pit. Well, I think they are doing really good. This is a banana tops. A bunch of worms all in there. See if there's anything in here. Nope. Try and break it down a little bit. Okay. I'm digging here in the center just to take a look. A lot of babies. Must have found something good down there. Alright, so I'm going to do my usual. Feed them up. And they seem to be thriving on what I'm doing, so let's go forth. Make sure I don't have any babies on the glove here, which I don't. Okay. Gonna put a what do you call that? Coffee filter here on the center, or towards the center, not completely on the center, it's a little off center. Some coffee grounds. Another handful of, not quite a handful, but just some more pellets. And some ground eggshells. I have food. Okay, that's a bunch of broccoli stems there. Celery, banana skins. Oh, this won't come apart. It's lemon rinds, orange rinds, and another avocado skin. That'll be good for them today. Let's see. I also wanted to put in, it's just a wet napkin, frozen. That's how hard it is. And some, let's see if that's enough, moist bedding. And that's it. As you can see, the level of the bag is increasing, which is great. And as soon as it maybe gets up to here, whoops, you can't see. So here's the level of the bag. It's increasing. So as soon as it gets up to here, maybe 3 or 4 inches from the top, that's when I'm going to be doing my first harvest. It's taken a long time getting to that point since I only started with about 100 worms, and increased from there. Let's see when I started. It was back in May, I believe. No, actually, it was, I put them in the Minimist in November 15th, 2019. So these worms are really prolific. I really enjoy them. And thank you for coming on this journey with me. This is Karen with the Kine Garden Stuff and the VermiBag Minimist with Louisiana Swamp Worms inside. I fed it last week, and let's see how they're doing here. See if I need to feed any more or just leave it alone for another week. I gave it kind of a big feeding. There's a little bit of a foul smell coming out, but it's not bad. Lots and lots of worms here. Let me see if I can bring these in here. Yeah, I think since I fed them last week that they don't need to be fed this week. They seem to be doing well. Breaking things down. I just don't want to go too overboard with things as they are. So that's it. That's it for the check for them this week. It seems like I only have to feed them like every other week with the amount of food and bedding that I put in here. Let's see if I can get the camera down. Get a closer look. So I think that's it. That's it for the check for them. I don't need to do anything further. I'll stop messing around with it and check on them again next week. And thank you for coming on this journey with me.